We are the students from College Professional Mara, Indra Mahkota. The topic that we're going to discuss today is the history of United States of America. Let me present to you the members of the crew, starting with Nuha, Zuhair, Shazwani, and last but not least, Zuhdi. Hello and welcome. The American Revolutionary War, also known as the American War of Independence, was initiated by the 13 original colonies in Congress against the Kingdom of Great Britain over their objection to Parliament's direct taxation and lack of colonial representation. It was the first ever war that used handguns. Then comes the Second Amendment. It protects individual rights to keep and bear arms. The amendment was ratified on December 15, 1791. Samuel Colt was the man who supplied arms for wars including the Civil War. He popularized the concept of interchangeable part manufacturing in other industries. His most notable pistol is the .45 caliber Peacemaker model, which was introduced in 1873. The National Rifle Association of America, also known as the NRA, is a recreational group that was designed to promote and encourage rifle shooting on a scientific basis. The association supported two major gun control acts, including the National Firearms Act of 1934 and Gun Control Act of 1968. It became more politically active following the passage of the GCA in the 1970s. In 1885, the Irish immigrant wave happened. The estimation of 4.5 million Irish arrived in America between 1820 and 1930. The Irish also constituted over one-third of all immigrants to the United States between 1820 and 1860. In the 1840s, they comprised nearly half of all immigrants to this nation. In 1892, Ellis Island officially opened as an immigration station on the 1st of January. In 1965, the quota system ended as the national origin was no longer a barrier to immigration. Not long after that, President Ronald Reagan signs into law the Simpson-Mazzilli Act, which grants the amnesty for 3 million immigrants to live illegally in the United States. Next, we will talk about the civil rights movement in the United States, which was the struggle by African Americans, or also known as Black people, for decades to end racial discrimination. In 1861 to 1865, the American Civil War took place in the United States of America. The African Americans were suffering as they were enslaved and was treated like property. They were legally rendered the personal property of the slave owner. It was the conflict between the northern and the southern countries. In 1991, Ronnie King, a construction worker, was beaten by 4 police officers. The 4 officers were charged for excessive force, but unfortunately, none of them were convicted. In the 1960s and the 1970s, the Black Power movement was initiated by Malcolm X. Malcolm X was known as the Black Power movement icon. He has inspired other amazing individuals such as Stokely Carmichael and Bobby Seale to stand up for the Black Power movement. The movement then has influenced everything from a very popular culture to education and politics. With that, you have learned some parts of the US history that has given a huge impact on the country for it to become what it is now. That is all from us. Thank you.